Good morning everybody, Mel Soul here, and today is Tuesday, January the 30th, 2018, and we do Troubleshot Tuesdays. And usually when I'm watching the golf over the weekend, I'm looking for shots that I can use in my tips so that it's something relevant. And I was watching the European Tour, and a South African golfer by the name of Hayden Porteous, who is a future superstar coming out of South Africa. And a lot of these young guys have lost the art of bump and run, and they constantly are chipping with their lob wedges and sand wedges, and their chipping is horrible. And I watched Hayden Porteous chip 3 times in the first 9 holes. He didn't get one anywhere near the hole. He had a shot, I think it was on the very first hole, and we had to stand in the bunker, and when you stand in the bunker and the ball's this far above your feet and you've got to grip it, and the flag was a long way away. And so for me, the very, very logical thing would be to take a less lofted club, like a 6-iron, 7-iron, 8-iron at the most, and just land it on the green and let it feed up to the hole. He took out his lob wedge. Now when you're gripping short like this, very often the toe is sitting off the ground a little bit, and there's a danger of the heel hitting first. So you've got to be very careful to sole the club so that it's at the bottom, first of all. But secondly, when you take a lofted club, and I've got my lob wedge in my hand here, you've got to take a pretty big swing to get the ball all the way back. And what he did was that. And he left the ball 35, 40 feet short of the hole and made bogey. The simple shot would be to take something less lofted. Now I've got a 7-iron here. I don't have to make as big a swing. I'm still going to make sure that I sole the club. So I got to lift my hands a little bit here. But now from here, when I make a little swing, now that ball's going to roll all the way up to the hole. I definitely would like to have that putt than this putt. So stay away for the most part. There are times when we're going to chip. I was going to this first little flag here, I would definitely take my lob wedge and just pop it on and let it feed. When you've got a lot of green to work with, and those of you that have been to the golf school have heard me say this hundreds of times, the golden rule in chipping is fly the ball in the air as little as possible and roll the ball as much as possible. So you always want to use a straight face club if you have a lot of green to work with. You won't leave so many chips short. A couple of times watching the Farmers Insurance Open, I watched some of the younger players again with their lob wedges, and they either left it way short, and then 2 or 3 holes later they'd have another shot, so then they'd swing harder and they'd fly it too far and it would roll off the back of the green because the greens were very firm. So please remember the golden rule, and just remember, when you have a lot of green to work with, use a club with less loft.